Local 4 News starts now with a breaking news alert.
That breaking news happening tonight on Detroit's east side. Live pictures over this house explosion. It destroyed a home and rocked the neighborhood.
This is happening at a home on Barlow Street, just off 7 Mile. That's not far from the intersection of 7 Mile and Hoover.
Neighbors say they heard a loud boom, could not believe what they say caused it.
We want to get out to our Victor Williams. He's live at the scene right now. Victor, the big question is if people were inside that house, and if so, are they safe?
Yeah, that's what investigators are trying to get to the bottom of. We're right here where on the site they're trying to clean up a lot of that debris. But this was such a powerful explosion that all the way over here we have damage to this person's home. Let's get you out to Sky 4 to show you just how bad this explosion was. It looks like it's a total loss for this home. And like we said before, investigators are trying to figure out what caused it.
The sound I heard shook this whole block, all the way down to 8 Mile.
My daughter ran out the bedroom. She thought somebody hit the house.
A home explosion rocks Detroit's east side, with bystanders watching on in disbelief.
It was terrifying. It was scary. You know what I'm saying? It was like so traumatic, and all the kids was looking like, whoa. It was like boom. Like we didn't know what was going on. It was real scary. I was in my house. All I heard was the house shook. It was too much. 3 kids were transported to St. John's Hospital with lacerations and bruises from debris coming into their home from next door. Investigators are now potentially looking for someone who witnesses say was right outside the home.
There was a lady supposed to be sitting on the porch, but can't nobody find her.
This woman heard the explosion from a few blocks over.
It seemed like we was in a third war somewhere, like we was in another country. Like, you know, it was scary. It was real scary. A lot of people were shooken up.
Ricky Ballard is just hoping that everyone is okay.
I'm praying for what might have been in that house. You know what I'm saying? It don't make sense what happened. And the way it sounded shook everybody in the neighborhood.
Now, the Arson Investigation Unit with DFD, DPD, and DTE are all right here on the scene. We are hoping to find out more about the cause of this investigation as soon as possible. But once again, just a horrible situation playing out right here on the east side. Victor Williams, Local 4.
It sure is. All right, Victor. More updates on that as they're available. Our other top story here at 5, a forewarned weather alert. Exact Track 4D radars you can see right now, all clear, but big concerns about severe weather heading into tomorrow.
And that's not the only big story. We've shattered the record high for today. Can you believe it's 72 degrees right now in Detroit, but it hit 74. And just a reminder, it is February 27th.
That's just absurd, but beautiful day. Record warm spell, though, is exactly what could cause some trouble here as the storm threat comes to us tomorrow.
Let's get right over to Kim Adams. Kim, we're in for a pretty rocky 24 hours, it looks like.
Yeah, it's more like probably only the next 7 or 8 hours as far as severe weather. And then tomorrow it's going to be a matter of cold weather. It's going to feel like it's 60 degrees colder 24 hours from right now, 60 degrees colder. All right, so we did make it to 74. Listen, if I'm going to blow the forecast, I'm going to go big. And that's what we did. I mean, we did not expect, none of the model guidance put us anywhere near 74 degrees. But we got a lot of sunshine today, and it's simple as that. This warm front combined with all that sun, those temperatures just kept climbing until we got all the way to the hottest day in February we have had in history. Now our attention focuses to the chance for severe weather. We are still at a level 2 on from the Storm Prediction Center. That's a slight risk. Main concern, wind and hail, both wind and hail, especially hail, and then still have a chance for flooding and an isolated tornado, but we're going to focus mostly on that chance for large hail, and that's why we would have any severe weather warnings. The timeline, between now and 11 o'clock, you still have plenty of time to enjoy this nice mild weather. Yesterday, we thought it was going to be around 8 or 9 o'clock. It's now pushed back about 2 hours as that front has kind of stalled out a little bit. Then between 11 and 2 a.m. we'll have showers and storms, some of which could be strong to severe. So it's a very short window, a very small window. These storms are going to be moving. They'll move at about 45 miles per hour. So they'll be in, they'll be out, they'll be gone by your morning commute. But behind it is some cold air. In fact, look back in Minneapolis, that snow. Wouldn't be surprised if we saw a few flakes by tomorrow afternoon here in Metro Detroit. And we'll talk about that coming up.
All right, Kim, you're going to want to have your alerts on tonight on your phone. Be sure to download the Forewarn Weather app designed to alert you when warnings are issued, so you've got enough time to take precaution to get to safety if need be. The Forewarn Weather app is free to download in your app store. Just search WDIV.
A Westland woman in desperate need of help after receiving an astronomical bill from Superior Ambulance.
Now, Help Me Hank first exposed this problem, people getting hit with big bills for short rides. And tonight he's working to help a local woman, and perhaps you too if you're dealing with a similar bill issue. Concerned investigator Hank Winchester live in Detroit. Thousands of dollars here once again. Hank.
Devin, it is astronomical. And as you both know, we've been able to help a lot of people deal with those bills, but I continually get emails, people reaching out to Help Me Hank saying, listen, Hank, I have a huge bill with Superior. What do I do? Here's what happened in this case with this Westland woman. We're talking about a transfer here from DMC. She traveled about 12 miles and then received a bill that has her paying out of pocket about $1,000 a mile. Take a look. What did you think when you got that bill?
I was really shocked.
Connie Rodriguez couldn't believe it when she got her bill from Superior Ambulance, a roughly 12-mile ride costing her thousands of dollars.
The other ambulances I used were, I only had to pay, $60 and $14 after they went through Medicare and my private insurance.
And those are the other ambulance companies you use. Yet when you had transport with Superior, your bill's over $10,000.
Yeah.
Superior lists a number of charges, including this bariatric surcharge for $600. Listen to this.
It's not for being overweight. It's for being, they had to get an extra gurney, larger gurney to deal with me, bring me back. And they had to borrow it from someone else. That kind of bothered me too. They got me there with an irregular bed. The other ambulances never said anything.
Help Me Hank has been exposing the big bill problems with Superior Ambulance for months, and we've been working to get answers and solutions for you. Here's the vice president of Superior.
I am sorry that the patients were put in the middle. I am sorry. We don't want the patients to be in the middle.
A team from Superior now reaching out and working directly with Connie, and as you'll see in a moment, there's help for you too. Connie's advice for you tonight?
Shop around or have the facility look at other ambulance companies.
Yeah, and I mean, did you get that part when Connie was talking about the bills that she received from other ambulance providers for transports? Less than $100 for similar rides, yet she has this huge bill with Superior. The good news in all of this, Superior already reaching out with Connie. They are working on this billing issue, and if you have one like that, know there's help for you. Superior has established a new hotline within the last few months and an email system. You can connect with one person. You're not going to be bounced around the system. You hit the QR code there on the screen. You hop over to clickondetroit.com. I've got all the information there for you. We're live here tonight in Detroit. Hank Winchester, Help Me Hank. Back to you.
Okay, Hank.
All right, right now we are a little less than 3 hours away from polls closing in Michigan's presidential primary. If you cast your vote today, it probably felt a little different thanks to early voting and higher absentee numbers. There's also a host of local issues for voters to decide on all across Metro Detroit.
Let's get to Pamela Osborne live tonight. Pamela spent the day wandering around the polls, seeing how the turnout's been. What's it looked like to you, Pamela?
Well, you know, we've been to several different polling locations throughout Wayne County, and what we've seen is really a steady trickle or stream of people coming in to cast their ballots. Election officials aren't alarmed by that, though. They say it's likely because so many people chose to vote early.
From Detroit to Southfield to Dearborn, this primary election day may have seemed sleepy, but consider this. More than 1 million Michiganders voted early ahead of the polls opening today.
When you take into consideration early voting, the 9 consecutive days that we just experienced, that's what I'm excited about.
Detroit City Clerk Janice Winfrey says early voting numbers for Detroit are about what she expected.
Now a lot of places are physically delivering those in an effort to continue to ensure the security of the process.
Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson says the eyes of our nation are on our state today and in the days to come.
Well, I hope every citizen turns out to vote in this primary because it's a crucial opportunity not just to weigh in on the presidential primary process, but also to show we're engaged.
Those who are voting uncommitted are doing so to show President Biden he stands to lose their support in the general election unless he changes his stance in supporting Israel's war on Hamas, which has dire consequences for Palestinians living in Gaza. Takari Smith hopes everyone who has a voice made good use of it today.
Voting is important. I mean, it just shows the times we're in where no one really knows what political side they're on nowadays. So, I mean, these politicians have to do better.
And we'll just have to wait and see how much traction that campaign got today. Another big takeaway from our conversation with Secretary Benson, she said that she is completely secure in our election process. People don't have anything to worry about that part of it. But she says the biggest threat to election security is going to be misinformation and the use of artificial intelligence to spread that information. So she's saying that it's up to us, individual voters, to be aware, to be savvy, to understand and prepare for the general election as well. For now, reporting live in Detroit, I'm Pamela Osborne, Local 4.
Yeah, okay, Pam. Now, if you run into any trouble at the polls, have any questions about the primary, our help desk is at the ready. Just scan the QR code on the lower left portion of your screen or just go to help.clickondetroit.com. And Local 4 is your home for primary coverage tonight. At 10 o'clock this evening, Kimberly Christy McDonald, will be joined by experts and special guests to break down the results as they're coming in. We'll be looking into the top issues driving voters, and we'll take a look over what's next for Decision 2024. Tonight at 10, streaming only on Local 4 Plus and clickondetroit.com.